Did you know that the maximum biological lifespan of a human being is calculated to be roughly 120 years? Our cells possess the machinery to repair themselves. Our hearts are built to beat billions of times, and our brains are designed to learn for over a century. Yet, in the West, the average person begins a steep decline in their 60s and passes away in their late 70s. We are leaving nearly 40 years of life on the table. Why? Is it bad genes? Is it bad luck? According to a landmark study from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, genetics only account for about 20% of how long you live. The other 80% is dictated by your daily choices. When researchers analyzed the habits of the longest-lived people on Earth, the Super-Agers of the Blue Zones, they found that specific lifestyle behaviors could add not just a few months, but up to 20 quality years to a person's lifespan compared to the average sedentary adult. Imagine that. 2 entire decades. That is enough time to see a grandchild born and watch them graduate college. That is enough time to learn a new language, start a new career, or travel the world. But here is the catch. These habits are almost entirely absent from modern Western life. We are told to rest when we are tired, eat when we are hungry, and retire to the couch when we hit 65. Japanese longevity experts warn that this comfort culture is a death sentence. To claim those extra 20 years, you must adopt a set of habits that gently stress the body, signaling your DNA to switch into survival mode. You are about to discover these exact 7 habits. They are backed by Nobel Prize-winning science and centuries of tradition. We will build from the simplest dietary tweak to the most profound psychological shift. But I have to warn you about number 1. It is the single most powerful predictor of longevity, yet it has nothing to do with diet or exercise. In fact, lacking this one habit has been shown to be as dangerous to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Without it, the other 6 habits won't save you. Before we begin, tell us in the comments right now, if you could have 20 extra healthy years, what would you do with them? Would you travel? Write a book? Spend time with family? We read every comment, and your answers inspire us. Now, let's begin the journey to your 100th birthday, starting with habit number 7, the thermal switch, or ondosa. In the West, we are obsessed with climate control. We keep our houses at 72 degrees year-round. We avoid the cold, and we avoid sweating. But science shows that this thermal neutrality makes our cells lazy. In Japan and Finland, 2 countries with the highest concentrations of centenarians, elders regularly expose themselves to temperature extremes. In Japan, it is the daily 104-degree hot bath, ofuro. In Finland, it is the sauna, followed by a cold plunge. Why does this extend life? It comes down to a specific family of proteins called heat shock proteins. When your body is briefly exposed to intense heat, it thinks it is dying. In response, it releases these proteins, which scour your system for damaged cells, repairing misfolded proteins and reducing inflammation. It is a cellular cleanup crew that only comes out when it gets hot. A massive study from the University of Eastern Finland followed 2,300 men for 20 years. Those who used a sauna 4 to 7 times a week had a 40% lower risk of all-cause mortality and a 50% lower risk of cardiovascular disease compared to those who went once a week. You don't need a sauna to do this. You can trigger the thermal switch in your shower. Start your shower warm, but for the last 30 seconds, turn the handle to cold. Stand under it. Gasp. Let your body react. That shock resets your nervous system and floods your brain with norepinephrine, a chemical that boosts mood and focus. It tells your body, we are alive, and we need to be resilient. Number 6. The fermented shield, or hako. They say death begins in the colon. And as we age, the diversity of our gut bacteria naturally collapses. This leads to inflammaging, chronic, low-grade inflammation that accelerates heart disease and Alzheimer's. Western seniors often try to fix this with probiotic pills, but Japanese elders fix it with food. Walk into any kitchen in Okinawa, and you will find miso, natto, and pickled vegetables. These aren't just foods, they are living colonies of bacteria. The science is irrefutable. A study published in the British Medical Journal tracked 90,000 people and found that those who consumed fermented soy products daily had a significantly lower risk of premature death. Why? Because fermented foods contain vitamin K2, a nutrient that is almost impossible to get elsewhere. Vitamin K2 acts like a traffic cop for calcium. It takes calcium out of your arteries, where it causes heart attacks, and puts it into your bones, where it prevents fractures. It also strengthens the gut lining, preventing toxins from leaking into your bloodstream. You don't need to eat natto, which has a very strong taste. You can start simple. Add a spoonful of sauerkraut to your lunch. Drink a glass of kefir. Have a bowl of miso soup. By reseeding your gut every day, you are rebuilding the immune system that protects you from the diseases of aging. Number 5. The hunger gap, famously known in Okinawa as hara hachibu. This is the hardest habit for Westerners to accept, but arguably the most biologically potent. The rule is simple. Stop eating when you are 80% full. In the US, we eat until we are full, or often until we are stuffed. This constant influx of calories keeps our bodies in growth mode. When your body is in growth mode, it accelerates aging. It focuses on dividing cells, which leads to errors and cancer. When you leave a little room, when you feel that slight edge of hunger, you trigger a process called autophagy. This won the Nobel Prize in Medicine in 2016. Autophagy literally means self-eating. When your cells don't have immediate food, they start hunting for junk inside the cell, broken organelles, viruses, waste proteins, and they recycle them for energy. It is the body's internal housekeeping service, but it only turns on when you are not stuffed. Japanese elders don't count calories. They just serve smaller portions and eat slowly. When they no longer feel hunger, they push the plate away. They don't feel deprived. They feel light. By practicing hara hachibu, you lower your insulin growth factor 1, a hormone that is strongly linked to aging. You are essentially keeping your body in a constant state of gentle repair, scrubbing out the rust before it can accumulate. Before we continue, if you are finding these tips helpful, hit that like button so more seniors can see this video, and subscribe. We've got more powerful senior health tips coming every day, and you don't want to miss the next one. Now, habit number 4, brain neurobics, or the concept of Shoshin beginner's mind. One of the greatest fears of aging is dementia. We assume that our brains naturally wither away, but neuroscientists now know that the brain remains plastic, capable of forming new connections until the day we die. The problem is that most seniors stop using it. We get comfortable. We do the same crossword puzzle, drive the same route, talk to the same people. Comfort is poison to the brain. To keep the brain young, you must experience novelty. You must feel stupid again. Shoshin means approaching life with the openness of a beginner. Japanese super-agers are constantly learning complex new skills. They take up calligraphy in their 80s. They learn strict dance choreography. They memorize poetry. A study from the University of Texas found that seniors who learned a complex new skill, like digital photography or quilting, showed significant improvements in memory, while those who just did brain training games or socialized did not. The key is the struggle. If it's easy, it's not working. You must tax your brain. Try brushing your teeth with your non-dominant hand. Learn 5 words of a new language every morning. Learn to play a musical instrument. Every time you feel frustrated, that is the feeling of your brain releasing acetylcholine, the chemical that focuses attention and builds new neural pathways. Do not retire your mind. Challenge it. Number 3. The forest bath, or Shinrin-yoku. This habit addresses the invisible toxin of modern life. Stress. Cortisol is the stress hormone. In short bursts, it saves your life. But when it drips into your system 24/7, from news, traffic, financial worry, it destroys your hippocampus and shrinks your telomeres. Longevity. You cannot think your way out of stress. You must physically remove it. Japanese doctors prescribe Shinrin-yoku as actual medicine. It means taking in the forest atmosphere. It is not hiking. It is not exercise. It is simply being in nature and engaging your 5 senses. Research conducted by Nippon Medical School measured the natural killer NK cells in the immune system before and after a forest visit. After just 1 day in nature, NK cell activity, which fights cancer, rose by 40% and stayed elevated for a week. Why? Because trees emit oils called phytoncides to protect themselves from insects. When we breathe in these oils, our bodies calm down instantly. Our blood pressure drops. Our parasympathetic nervous system takes over. You don't need a Japanese bamboo forest. You just need a park, a garden, or even a single tree. Go outside. Put your phone away. Touch the bark. Smell the pine. Look at the fractals in the leaves. Just 15 minutes of nature exposure resets your cortisol levels to baseline. It is the cheapest, most effective anti-anxiety medication in the world. Number 2. The social safety net, known in Okinawa as moai. In the West, as we age, our circles shrink. We retire, friends move away, spouses pass on. We end up alone in big houses. The U.S. Surgeon General recently declared loneliness an epidemic, stating it increases the risk of premature death by 26%, more than obesity or physical inactivity. In Okinawa, children are placed into groups of 5, called a moai. These friends commit to each other for life. They meet daily or weekly to talk, share money, and support each other. This creates a buffer against stress. Knowing that someone has your back lowers your cardiovascular load. The science is rooted in oxytocin. When you laugh with a friend, hold hands, or share a meal, your brain releases oxytocin. This hormone is a direct antidote to cortisol. It heals heart tissue and lowers blood pressure. A famous study from Brigham Young University reviewed data from 300,000 people and found that strong social relationships increase the likelihood of survival by 50%. You cannot wait for people to call you. You must build your moai. Join a walking club, volunteer at a shelter, play cards at the community center. The specific activity doesn't matter. The connection matters. Humans are herd animals. When we are separated from the herd, we die. When we are together, we thrive. And now, the number 1 habit, the foundation upon which all other habits rest. The secret that keeps Japanese elders waking up at 5 a.m. with a smile on their face. Number 1. The reason for being, or Ikigai. This is the warning I gave you. In the West, our goal is often retirement. We work hard so we can stop working. We view the ideal old age as a permanent vacation, doing nothing. But statistics show that for many men, the 2 most dangerous years of their life are the year they are born and the year they retire. When you lose your purpose, Your body gets the signal that it is no longer needed. The immune system powers down. The will to live fades. Ikigai is the intersection of what you love, what you are good at, and what the world needs. It doesn't mean a job. For an Okinawan grandmother, her Ikigai might be her great-grandchildren. For a fisherman, it might be catching the perfect tuna. For you, it might be your garden, your painting, or mentoring a younger person. A 7-year study from Tohoku University followed 43,000 adults. Those who reported having Ikigai were significantly less likely to die from cardiovascular disease than those who didn't. Why? Because purpose reduces inflammation. It gives you a reason to eat well, habit 5, to move, habit 7, and to connect, habit 2. You must never retire from life. You must simply change your job description. Find something that relies on you. Find something that gets you out of bed even when your joints hurt. If you have a why to live for, you can bear almost any how. The math is simple, but the execution is a daily choice. The normal American lifestyle leads to a lifespan of 76 years, often filled with the last decade of sickness. But the Super-Ager lifestyle, built on science and ancient wisdom, opens the door to 90, 95, or even 100 healthy years. These 7 habits are your roadmap to those extra 20 years. The thermal switch, to repair your cells. The fermented shield, to protect your gut. The hunger gap, to clean your system. Brain neurobics, to keep your mind sharp. The forest bath, to dissolve stress. The social safety net, to keep your heart full. And the reason for being, to give you the will to live. You don't have to do them all tomorrow. Pick one. Start there. Maybe today, you stop eating before you are full. Maybe tomorrow, you call an old friend. Small actions, repeated over decades, create a life that is not just long, but wide and deep. Now, I have a question for you. Which of these habits is missing from your life right now? Do you need more moai? Or do you need to find your Ikigai? Tell us in the comments below. Your story helps others. If you found this video helpful, please share it with someone you want to keep around for another 20 years. Hit that like button, subscribe for more senior health secrets, and remember, it is never too late to start living longer. I'll see you in the next video.